actually works.
Shit.
Okay, who's got the fire alarm going off in the background?
Well, this is a great start to the podcast, or restart, I should say. Hi, everybody.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, shut up.
Introduce yourselves, people.
Well, we got a ticking bomb.
I am your co-host, James Bond 6926.
Your editor at large, known issues.
And your host, this thing here, me. Hi, to Emo Girl.
Welcome to another exciting and action-packed, content-packed, heavily populated podcast of It's a Gamer Thing.
And all of its lies.
Yeah, which I think I think this is number 9. I'm not quite certain. I couldn't be arsed going to our YouTube channel to check.
And no one else will know if it isn't, so...
That's true, 9. We've got no viewers anyway.
Rock and roll.
Breakfast is here.
Oh, hi again.
We're doing it for the kids. For posterity. Someday people will come back and listen to these things, comb through them endlessly to learn how it all began.
And to prove everything that we say in them is completely and utterly wrong.
And with that pumped up introduction, let's begin, shall we?
Wow, this is all going
Dead air.
That was brilliant.
That was.
It's kind of like one of those basketball exercises where you pass the ball back and forth, like in a weave down the court, like three guys.
So
there's only one person passing, and the ball just freezes in midair, and everything stops. Just drops to the ground. People walk off dejectedly. Well, there you have it.
That's basically the way special needs kids play that game.
Sure. So, shall we begin with some news, or do you want to jump into what you've been playing?
Anyone? No?
I'm currently playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5, tell us about that.
It's pretty good. They jammed a whole lot of different things in it. Like, you can steal any car you want. A bunch of other stuff.
They had that before.
Well, yeah.
They've had that since GTA 1. Yeah.
You can also soup up your cars now. Like, you can put better engines in them. Do up the looks, repaint your cars, a whole bunch of missions, whatnot. Seems to be a
How's the story?
The story? Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't got it all done, but so far it's pretty good. You start off and you're this Michael guy, and the first mission.
Spoiler alert.
Or no, sorry. Yeah, you're not Michael. You're this black dude, and you go meet this Michael guy.
Oh, doesn't matter. No spoiler alert because you got it wrong.
Yeah. Anyways, one of the first missions you do is you meet up with this Michael guy, is this black dude. Somehow, I forget all in all, just his back ways. But anyways, this Michael dude's child has tried to sell his dad's boat, and it got stolen on him. So he's trapped in the boat and driving down the highway. So you get this dude to jump in the car with you, and you track them down on the road. The other guy jumps up into the boat while it's moving, and you're driving along behind him, shooting people. That
is it on a trailer? They're going down the highway, this boat?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And that freaking Xbox screws up.
It's a land boat.
And you gotta try to get the kid off.
So I go to the Metacritic and go and seek out the score. This is a highly rated game. Take a stab. Anyone? Don't look.
9.5.
Think of a really fucking high score. 97 points.
I don't know
It's like
how they do that rating.
that's like an event in video games. But the reason that it's not an event is because you always and only get those kind of scores for what do you call this kind of game? Long form story, first person adventure games.
Yeah.
What is up with that? I mean, for a shooter or a strategy game, to achieve a score of 94 is, I think, more or less totally unheard of. But it's commonplace for games like, I don't know, Mass Effect or... Well, actually, Mass Effect 3 did too, so... Mass Effect 3 on the Xbox got a 93, although on the PC it was only an 89, must have had bugs. Mass Effect 2 had a 96. I can't think of the other ones. I don't know, Dragon Age, something. They're there. But I don't know.
I have no idea.
I just know they're...
I have no idea
What's
what
that?
you guys were talking about because I was too busy reading the chat and seeing that there was chocolate available. So I'll see y'all later. I'm gonna go get fat.
Oh, hey.
Thank
speaking
goodness.
of which,
You got chocolate? I hate you.
I got a
Anyway.
whole freaking cooler full of Halloween candy.
Fuckers.
It is a strange phenomenon, don't you agree?
Do 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 do. Anyway,
Metacritic's also a really weird site.
true point.
The way they do things is kind of weird.
You mean how
Like
they
weight- like they
arbitrarily...
weight yeah, they arbitrarily assign different like review sites like different weights. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway, it's a strange phenomenon that occurs somewhat frequently. So, what's your rating for this game? What do you call it?
Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah. Where would you place it?
I like it. It's one of the better, more enjoyable games I've played in the longest time for console.
Oh, just
I
nail it
guess
down.
I guess I'd give
Throw
it
a
like
number
an
on that sucker.
8 out of 10. Give it an 8 out of 10.
A nice 80%. Okay, moving right along. What other games have we been playing? People.
See, I've been getting back into PlanetSide 2. We've talked extensively about that. That is an amazing game. I still think.
Very cool. Except we haven't spoken extensively about it, nor have I really picked up on the fact that you've done a lot of it. Tell us more. I mean, you've put in some hours and so forth, and
I've put in like 9.4 hours in the past week or something like that.
and
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is it just coming back to a really good game, and you're like, oh yes, indeed, this is a good game, or are the changes making it happen for you, or is it a combination?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like running into that game if there's none of the outfit that's we're in. If nobody's on that outfit, then it's almost not worth playing. But if there's a squad running that you are familiar with, it's a wonderful game to play.
Who have you been finding still playing in our outfit? I for my part, have not been back in, I don't know, 6 months.
Most of the main guys you remember from way back 6 months ago
Spud
are
the
actually
Man,
still
I noticed, is playing.
Yeah, Ares is still frequent, Mad still frequent, Neva's still frequent.
I don't know any of those guys. Oh, Mad, I know. Yeah. There is a Excuse me. Oh my God. What the? There is a. Hey. There's a website where you can go and see who's online, and you can see your, people's stats in the freaking in your clan and so forth.
Oh, shut
I need to get back to it, but
Okay.
it's going to take me a while to train up. I mean, it's a fucking shooter. It takes time to learn how to play it. And I
Well,
haven't been playing it forever. So
well, after the podcast, do you want to play?
no.
I'll be on bed.
Holy
See.
shit! You guys
Who are
should be
you,
taking this. You should be taking this opportunity. Jess wants to play PlanetSide.
Yeah, I know we should.
Yeah, but
Except
who
all he
wants to
wants
play-
to do is
who wants
race.
to play- who wants to play anything with Jess, though? Who
Hey!
wants to play video games with Jess?
Hey, Flash Race is the best thing ever. There is no other game that has such a great Flash Race simulation thing in it. PlanetSide 2 is the best.
I will agree, racing around in flashes and the harassers are wonderful.
Exactly.
Um,
Jess is feeling is seeming even more loose and goosed than usual.
Oh, baby, you
sort of-
bet I'm goosed. Mm-mm.
Did
Have
he
you
get
been
a piece?
Drinking a lot of caffeine, or did you ingest some drugs tonight? What's going on over there?
Did he find himself a piece?
I was about to say, I masturbated a few times with surround sound porn.
and take your fist out of your ass and get back to the podcast. Kid.
Oh shit, I didn't realise that was still in there. Anyway.
I've also been playing Binding of Isaac. That is probably the best use of like $5 I've ever spent. 145 hours on record for that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta go
Um,
see what
4
this
hours.
fuss is about.
I've been getting back into XCOM Enemy Unknown and Deus Ex Human Revolution. I got the director's cut of that game, so hopefully the boss fight. I've yet to get to the boss fights. That's the main thing. I want to know if they changed. And I've been playing Path of Exile with Rexus, which is basically a Diablo with microtransactions that you don't even need to know about. Because they're just... The microtransactions are actually kind of buried. You really don't need to worry about them at all. And I've got 9 hours in that game, and I haven't felt any need to even look at them. And aside from that... Oh, there is one thing we can talk about. Actually, I'll save that for after. I'll save that for afterwards, this segment.
Let's see, what have I been playing? Fuck all. Now, I played Paradoxical Activity, which we did a live stream of, which was absolutely terrible, since the optimization in that game for windowed mode is just abysmal, unfortunately. But I played it for a while
What game?
after. Paradoxical Activity. I played it a little bit after in full screen, and it runs absolutely fine. What? What? Yeah. Anyway, don't distract me. Fuck. Yeah, I played it after. Runs really smooth, really good FPS. I was like 100 FPS solid pretty much the entire time. It's a brilliant game if you like the old Doom style of shoot 'em ups. Plus the roguelike elements of you're dead, you go straight back to the beginning, always. It's semi-procedurally generated levels. They've got the same set of rooms each time, but it will connect them in different ways each time. You go into a room, it locks the room down until you kill everything. You eventually find the boss room, kill him, and go to the next level. There's also a mini-boss on each level. You don't have to do it, but it's kind of better to, because each time you kill a boss, you'll get a power-up from it. You also get random power-up drops that you can use for a certain amount of time from enemies, the little gift shops and stuff where you can buy items. The only thing I don't like about that game is the fact that it is so fucking hard. Oh my god. It took me God knows how many tries just to get to level 2. And I can't get past level 4, that's the furthest I've got so far. But it's definitely a good game, especially for the price it's at, which I can't remember the price, but it was very cheap. Paranormal Activity!
You know,
Right.
Jess, I'm really surprised you managed to keep on track with what I was putting in chat.
Yes, shut up. Fuck.
Very nice. So, what else?
I've been playing Super Hexagon again. Yeah, I've been playing that a fair bit over the past week or so. Just every now and again, I'll play about an hour of it, and I haven't got any further. I beat one of my high scores on hardest difficulty, and that's about it. Hardest is too
The
easy.
the hardest one there was.
Well,
Really.
Sorry,
Yeah.
could you say that again? I didn't quite hear that.
Hardest, fuck you. Have I played anything else? I don't think I have been. I've been too
Well,
busy.
what else have you tested out your headphones with?
Nothing yet, just porn.
Go ahead, tell us about the headphones.
Well, I got
Actually,
the
don't. This is all you've tested them with. It's porn.
lol.
But don't tell us.
Well, I can tell you what I know so far.
Hello?
Razer Tiamat 7.1, world's first true surround sound headset. I'll say.
Explain that. Explain that. The first true surround sound headset.
Well, you got a lot of
It's
surround
got
sound
It's
headsets.
got 5 drivers in each ear.
Yeah.
7.
You got a lot of surround sound headsets now, but they're all virtual surround. This one actually has 5 speakers in each ear. Well, 4 speakers plus a subwoofer in either ear cup. And they sound pretty damn amazing, to say the least. I haven't tested out the 7.1 fully yet, except for a bit of porn, just for the entertainment factor of it. And it sounded brilliant, I've got to say. Porn sounds better in surround sound. Look it up, kids. No, but
No.
You can tell what hole the sound is, the sucking sound is coming from.
exactly,
Even when you're close up on the
exactly.
face.
Um,
Except you're never close up on the face, so.
the great
Anyway.
thing that I found with this one is it was a gangbang, and you're like in the middle of the gangbang, so you got sounds coming from all around you.
Oh, bummer.
Anyway, for the past 2 weeks that I've had this headset, I've been using it in stereo, and even just in stereo, it sounds friggin' amazing. The bass on it is absolutely brilliant. You can't hear anything outside
Name that
of the
headset and name the price.
Razer Tiamat 7.1. Price here in the
Kinda
UK
fucked up.
is $169.99, and in the US it's like $270, something like that. The only one that I've tried.
Oh my god.
James, what the fuck are you doing?
Probably.
Playing GTA 5.
Well, shut the fuck up while you're playing it. We're doing a podcast. As I was saying, the only headset that I tried out whilst looking for a surround sound one that is on the same level would be the Astro A40 gaming headset. That's slightly more, £200,
No,
around
I haven't
$300, and that one's just virtual surround, but it sounds pretty much the same. The quality is just as
So
good.
to be clear, you spent over $200, $240 in the area of that $240 on your surround headsets, surround sound gaming headsets.
Yeah, it was around, where you're at, it's around $270.
This was a financial commitment of a pretty high order. You could have gotten a pretty fucking decent graphics card for that.
Yeah, you could have got a much better graphics card than what I have now for that even. But,
Selling your car.
huh?
Hey, James, could you stop mumbling little bits, shreds of another conversation into the...
Yeah, I am getting so
Please.
confused right now. But
It really takes a little something away from the focus, I gotta
Oh,
say.
shut the fuck up.
there are a lot of reviews for this headset online, and it seems to be 50-50 split. There's a whole bunch of people saying, oh my god, this is shit, not worth even 10 pence, kind of thing. And then there's the other group that are saying, oh, this is absolutely awesome.
Now let me contrast that to the G930 Logitech headset. This is probably the most widely used gaming headset in the world or something like that, which that's right, recently purchased. How much did I lay out for this veritable hammer of the gaming headset industry? It's kind of a weak metaphor, but I'm going with it. The G930, I found it from a local person on Craigslist, and I spent $55. And when it comes to the reviews, they're not so mixed. I mean, they're mixed like every review on every website. But in other words, whether you go to Amazon or Google or, I don't know, Newegg or whatever, it's pretty much 4 stars, is people's opinion.
You got that thing for $50?
$55.
You lucky fuck.
Now, granted, it does smell like... I have not listened to porn on it, but it smells like porn. Because the guy who gave it to me conscientiously cleaned it before he gave it to... He kept it nicely. You can tell he was the type of person who keeps his stuff nicely. But he cleaned it, and it has that sense of, oh... someone's like a person's bodily fluids type stuff has been around here, and people are trying to fix or clean or mask that. So there's another smell in its place. This is the smell of porn, and that is the smell that I have to put on my head, which is a problem. I'm not gonna lie to you about it, but
you got manches in your ears.
This is the cost of I guess getting extremely inexpensive surround sound. I mean, I don't know. I played Hawken with it. I don't know. Like, okay, why do you get a surround hound? A surround hound? Why do you get a surround hound? What? Hey, I'm over here on your left. I'm on your right now. I'm in front. Okay. Why do you do it? Why are you supposed? Why would how do you justify it? Well, you justify it because you say, "Hey, I'm a first-person shooter guy, and I gotta know where the enemy's coming from so I can get the jump on him." God damn it! Now, if that's your thing, cool. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And in fact,
steal your car.
James.
Hello.
Please do not interject conversations from another place. Mute your mic or something. Unplug it. I don't know. Do something. But anyway, I'm just going to keep after you on this. And I sense that it's not going to change anything. So I guess we'll be doing this all night, which is great. Anyway, so... that's why you would get a surround sound headset, is it not? I mean, I guess it's just to immerse yourself in the experience, but
either you get it because you are way too hardcore and you're trying way too hard, or you're trying to immerse yourself as much as you can in the world in your game world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, keep getting picked off from behind and then getting pissed off with it, so you actually want to hear people sneaking up on you.
Yeah, like you said, trying way too hard.
I should probably say something evaluative about the G930s. Are they good? Yeah, I don't know. I hear birds tweeting from some asshole's game right now. I can hear them pretty clearly. I can hear imperfections in your mics, like now where I never used to notice any of that kind of stuff. I don't know. Music is good. It's cool. It's weird having a big heavy thing to wear.
How comfortable are they?
They are comfortable. There's a big gap. There's a big cavern in here. So it's got plenty of room around my ear, so it's not smushing and crushing and smashing and dashing and these sorts of things. I don't know. They're good. I don't know. I you know what I need to get Battlefield 4.
Ouch.
and then I will be like, oh shit. Because you do that when you put on headphones and listen to Battlefield 4, even if your headphones are shite. But I think that would really, I mean, in short, like regardless of how blown away or not I am by them, yes, they're good. They're very good, and there is a recognizable, very clearly recognizable difference between these and my sort of regular $40 bottom at Best Buy Logitech headphones that I had normally. Oh, and I'm pacing around my room right now because I'm cordless like a motherfucker, and I get 10 hours of battery life, even though these things are about 2 years old when I bought them. So there's a little review of that.
The moment he steps outside of the door, it cuts completely.
Yeah. I tried going outside talking to Phenomenon, and literally, like, I stepped over the threshold, and it was like a vampire, like, could not exit.
Hello? Hello?
And it was over.
So, note to self, Logitech have vampire technology underway. Is there a single bad point to that headset that you can think of?
Yes,
the fact that it smells like porn?
That's a bad. Also, the mic falls. Mic up. It's loose. But again, and it was that way for him for a while, according to the guy who told me. Is there a single bad point? I don't know. No, I mean you'd have to read reviews. I'm guessing the bass is not awesome, but I don't have a lot of familiarity with awesome bass.
Yeah,
because I've never had a good sound system.
The only issue that I see with the Tiamat is the build of it, the physical build of the device. At the cup, there's 2 hinges either side to let it fit to your head a little bit better, and then above that to attach the cup to the, what would you call it, headband part, there's another small hinge. That are all plastic. All 3 of them are plastic, very small and very flimsy looking and feeling. Anyone with a big head, these things aren't going to last long. They're going to snap. Luckily, I've got a small head, so it's not a problem for me at all. It fits perfectly comfortable and doesn't put hardly any strain on them.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. But yeah, if you got a big head, you don't want
in
these.
more ways than one.
Oh,
in more ways than 2. That was a triple entendre.
Wow.
She didn't know about that. Although a double entendre always has to do with suggestions regarding sex. So really that was not a triple entendre, because the third one was like he's dumb. But anyway,
count on no to explain it to death.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm trying to help you guys. I know you guys all need a little helping hand when it comes to understanding things. So, there you have it. Always there to help.
How good of you.
Hey, listen. Rekish helped us too. So, what else? Back to games. What have I been playing? I'm sure you're asking yourself. So I went back to. So I had a bunch of work and was not at home for a long time, and I was ready for something meaty. And so I got a bunch of games that are awesome and deep, and that I don't like, or haven't delved into. Games like Crusader Kings and. Oh gosh, what's the squad? I'm gonna have to think about that. But anyway, what I did do is open up Supreme Commander Forged Alliance.
Kappa.
Kappa.
It is probably the best, or the deep.
Kappa,
you know
Kappa.
what? It is understood as one of the deepest games, real-time strategy games ever. Most complex, biggest, and all that. And it has the wonderful feature of not holding your face too close to the ground and forcing you to use the minimap to move around. Rather, you just whip that scroll wheel back and you have the huge 20 kilometer by 20 kilometer battlefield all at your fingertips.
Or you have a second monitor and that's up all the time.
Or you can split the screen. There's a key to allow you to split the screen, and you can follow your commander in one screen or a particular unit in one while moving around the other. But or you do that on 2 monitors, whatever. Point being, what is the point? It's a great game. So then, and it's another one of these games, my favorite kind of games, it seems like. You come at it a little later. There's been a big community. There's a lot of strategy knowledge for you. There takes a fairly long learning curve. It's very long. There's a lot there, but the information is there. So I'm knocking around, downloading maps, and I came across a community called Forged Alliance Forever. By the way, Supreme Commander Forged Alliance or FAF. It is a Forged Alliance is a standalone, by the way. And it's like the second edition. In other words, if you're going to get Supreme Commander Forge Alliance, and don't worry about gold or Supreme Commander. Just get that. So anyway, so I tried to download a map pack, got a fucking virus, or anyway, a spyware problem for my troubles. I went over to the computer guy.
Tech guy.
Jess, you mentioned it. Yeah. What is it?
Tech Guy Support Forums.
Yeah, techguys.com, I believe it is.
I think it's .org.
.org. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't hear you. So, but by the way, use them. They're amazing. It's free. Although I'm still waiting for my reply. And in fact, when I tried to, anyway, that's an aside. So then I'm still kind of looking. Where do I really get the dope? Well, Forged Alliance Forever is this incredible. It's amazing. It's this community of people that came together because basically Gas Powered Games, the creators of this fucking franchise, pulled their support for this older game, and so there was no longer a matchmaking client in game. So there was a need. It was addressed by the community. They made a matchmaking client, but they didn't stop there. They made all these tutorials. They made they gave you this beautiful interface for just simply clicking on maps to get them. And it is the best, most seamless presentation of a community's attention to a game I've ever seen. I think it beats the hell out of like Civ Fanatics, which I used to haunt. Because like the content, you click on it and it's there. There's and then there's live streams and they're just like there on the front page, so you can immediately click in and you're watching somebody play the game. It's just incredible, and it's an overlay. Jess, what do you want to call this? A client-based overlay? You know how when you open Steam and it's sitting there on your desktop like an overlay or whatever? It's like that.
It's not an overlay. And, it's a client. It's its own client. It sits in a window. It's standalone. It doesn't overlay onto anything.
What?
What would you call the window that is Steam when you open it? Or the window that is FAF when you open it?
Although Steam client?
There we go.
Alright, fine.
Steam
the client.
I'm gonna show you something right now real quick if you watch the stream.
But anyway, so this is highly recommended if you want to get into a big, juicy, incredible, perhaps one of the greatest, definitely one of the deepest, and because it has everything. This game. Think of PlanetSide with bombers and jets and gunships and radar and artillery and missile launchers and tactical missile launchers and tactical defenses for missiles and strategic missiles, or that is to say, nukes and anti-nukes and big fucking hulking experimental units that lumber over the battlefield and lay waste to everything. And mobile factories and portals that you can create. All these things, bombing runs that mean something, that you send out, and you got to send out escorts. You can set up transports that are on a route, and they continue to ferry people across the map. It's incredible. Reclaiming resources from dead dudes that you just killed on the map as an important strategic part of it. And yes, tactical elements to the landscape, like you can't direct fire over a ridge and so forth. It's incredible.
Non, are you watching the stream? You're in the stream, aren't you?
I see it.
Right. This is Steam, as you well know it. It is a client. It is a standalone program. You can move it around. Whereas this that you see on my desktop, this here, which is monitoring the network disks, the CPU, RAM swap, weather, and you got recycle bin and the little Google thing over here. That's an overlay. It's overlaid onto my desktop.
Okay, so FAF is like Steam, a client that sits there on your desktop like a browser or whatever.
It's well, the FAF is a client which is everything in it is browser based, similar to Steam in a way. However, everything from it is coming from a web page. It's not got its own servers or anything like that. So if you want to watch a live,
I want to say about
Big
how
Mac
cool this is. So you want, like in any real-time strategy game, I'm gonna end here. Say you want to know on a particular map what's the best build order for that map. There's a tutorial for you. You click on it, it opens the game, or like a replay in the game, and it delivers the tutorial. Here it is.
I just got ran over. Fuck.
Dude. James.
I kicked him out of the call.
Please. Good. We can invite him back later.
Yeah.
And it's also run over, not ran over. I just got ran over. Anyway, so I'm being annoyingly didactic and pedantic today. That's my shtick. So you want to go see this tutorial, you open it up. Now, say it's on a map that you haven't yet played. The map is automatically downloaded into your game, so that the next time you play your game, that map is now available to you. So there's no lot more like hunting around dusty old fucking websites like I used to on, what was that Brian Reynolds game? Something, shish. Can't think. There's no, it's like fresh content. It's still fresh, and it's immediately implementable. It's just too cool. And then there's the matchmaking, of course, is very good as well. Oh, and then there's all these new modes. Oh, and the mods. The mods are all there. You click on them, and then bang, they work. It's amazing. It's better than Civ ever was with mods. So, deep breath. That was awesome. That game.
Don't come too
another
hard.
thing. Take it easy.
And try to keep it restricted to your pants.
Yeah, you don't want to add more baby gravy to your headset.
That. Don't want to make that smell even more funky.
Card Hunter, game.cardhunter.com is a browser-based, turn-based, D&D-like role-playing, tactical combat RPG type thingy with a genuine strategy. And with a deck building element, wherein your little character, like your warrior or your priest or whatever, equips a certain implement, and those give you a certain set of cards, which when you're on the battlefield might be delivered to you in your shuffled deck. And then if you change your sword, you get a different set of cards. And some of them are good and some of them are bad. And you fight monsters and they have their own cards, and that's the way it works. It's fucking cool! And it's got this cute, nifty little conceit where you're playing this at a person's house, and the dungeon master is like this kid who stole his brother's set of D&D figures and so forth, and so he has a personality as a dungeon master, and then his brother comes in to show you how you really should play the game, and so there's a different.
All his brother tries to do is get you to buy microtransactions.
Yeah, there's a little of that with the pizza, but it's not too intrusive, and I have it by very good sources. In other words, the source that I always crib from, which is 3 Moves Ahead, that you basically don't have to spend any money on this free browser-based game to play it for a long time in advance. So, yeah, I mean, I just started playing a few hours of it. It's fun. I've got a little party with a dwarf fighter and a human fighter and a priest that's more or less a fighter and a wimpy little elf that's supposed to cast spells. Yeah, there's tactical elements to it. It's very cool, in my opinion. You just immediately start rolling dice and trying to kill monsters. Another game I went back to, Torchlight 2 is on sale. I picked that up. It's cute. It's fun, sort of. Not my kind of game usually. I don't know how long it's going to last. I think maybe single player has a limited half-life or something. I don't understand these games, so I'm not the right person. Somebody else tell me. But is it better? I mean, does it become more truly engaging only when you're in co-op, or what?
Usually, well, like any game, it's of course more fun with friends. Just the same as watching paint dry. It's more fun with friends. But I don't know. It depends really on the type of person you are. Some people like to play those games by themselves rather than with friends, but most people prefer as a team.
Right.
Yeah, it's more. You get more enjoyment out of it usually.
But I guess there's no hard and fast rule to that. After all, what's the biggest fucking game that's came out in the last 2 years? Who's got a horse?
What?
Phenomenon, are you on a horse or something?
No.
A horse?
Fuck.
I keep hearing sound effects in the background. That's a horse. You don't hear that?
Oh, your headphones suck.
He's definitely either got really bad headphones or he's been taking something.
I'm gonna go with
You don't hear that
drugs.
horse?
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
drugs.
All right.
What fucking
You need to
drugs?
lay off the
Close up your
mushrooms.
windows. Anyway,
Lay off the mushrooms, dude.
I'll work on that.
Lot of fucking drugs.
Maybe it's my my game. It could be Card Hunter, which I have open in the background. Anyway, yeah, Card Hunter. Google it, go to it, play it. It's worth it. What else? Nothing else terribly important. No, yeah, let's keep moving.
So, what was the name of that game? Hard Hunter, was it?
You say Heart Hunter?
Hard Hunter. Welcome back, James.
Karen.
So, what other games have you played lately, James, since our last podcast? He's gone, hasn't he? Okay, well, James is now dead. R.I.P. Nobody cares.
Let's plow into our segment called Wow the News.
Wow, the news.
Before we do that, I actually want to mention one thing. My friend Rexus actually went and got access to the Steam sharing beta.
Lucky bastard.
Oh,
Actually,
you
it's
got
more
one of
lucky
those
for me, because I have access to his library, and so it basically works the way you thought. It's that.
Well, when you're playing any game on his list, he can't play a game, right?
Yeah, and vice versa.
That sucks. So only one person on the account can be playing at a time.
Yeah. I don't know about other, if you have like two different people. No, wait. No, it just means that everyone else has access to my library. I don't get anything. I kick them. Yeah.
Lol.
It actually doesn't benefit you in any way to get access to that beta, which is kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it seems a pretty stupid way to do it. So, Rec, when are you let me into your game library?
He doesn't have much good, trust me. I mean, what?
Huh? What?
He doesn't have much of anything good.
Yeah, I probably got all the games he's got already.
Yeah.
Let me just understand something. If
Yeah.
you are playing one of his games, then he goes to his Steam thing and he's like, oh, it's been a long day. I just want to play an hour of this racing game before I hit the sack. And then he goes and he clicks on the game and it won't start and he doesn't know why.
No. He can just go ahead and play that game. I'll just also get a message just going, hey, bitch, get off.
It just
And-
boots you.
Pretty much. It's like, you have 5 minutes to get off.
Uh-huh. Well, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
It does have a way of tearing friends apart, because the possibility you would basically you would actually kind of work your schedule. Like, if you're serious gamers, the guy who's sharing would like stay up later and later to utilize this other guy's library while the other guy was asleep, so he couldn't be playing. And then so then they would be on different schedules and they wouldn't be able to play games together as much.
That's one way to look at it.
It would forces people apart. It tears people apart, this game. This feature.
There's also another thing that Rex has just brought up. I'm not entirely sure how you're supposed to set it up. Currently, the only way we've managed to set it up properly is he has to go onto my computer and actually go through my he has to go through and remote onto my computer, log into Steam on his account, and then authorize my computer. So getting it hooked up is a little janky at the moment. Kind of weird.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Not really.
So, what's next? Let's do the news.
What, I don't know, what's in the gaming news?
Well, you guys have an entire Google Doc, so deal with that.
Oh, fuck. That means reading.
Our segment called Wow the News.
Oh, God. Oh, that was so bad, I'm gonna go kill myself.
Designer
I'm gonna go
developer
join you.
Arcane Studios hints at new
They're
CryEngine game.
the guys who made Dishonored, so if that would be an ideal world, that would be a sequel that would mean a sequel to Dishonored in CryEngine, which would be super cool. That game was actually kind of cool.
CryEngine pushes the envelope, does it not?
Usually tends to.
It's in my own Austin-based world. Arcane and Battlecry Studios call for artists and programmers to work on the Crytek game engine. The publisher is Bethesda, but the VP of marketing, Peter Hines, has described a first-person stealth action game as a franchise. But it's unclear if the CryEngine project is tied to that game or not. Anyway, la-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, pretty much.
So this is important. Why? Because that was a fucking cool engine, and it's amazing. That was just wild. It pushed the barrier of I don't know, graphics, and therefore that'll be a cool game or something.
CryEngine's a really solid engine, so if they can manage to pull off a good game in it, it'll be a really good game. Especially if it's like something like Dishonored.
Get excited about that.
A really strong game. Yeah.
Next item. CD Projekt Red CEO, The Witcher will have no DRM.
Witcher 3 is to have no DRM at all.
Woo! Finally.
Yeah, it's gonna be really. I'm really curious to see what the numbers are gonna look like when that actually comes out. Not that it'll change anything, cause yeah, most publishers that are like, we need DRM are not gonna change just because one company. Because they
Rumors had gotten around that the developer's famous anti-DRM stance might be changing. According to the company's CEO, those rumors are false. I'd like to say it loud and clear. The PC version of The Witcher 3 will be absolutely no DRM from day zero. Zero. Zip. Nada. So they're taking a hard line on the DRM, and we support that.
Yeah, like DRM pretty much causes. DRM is something that you can get around. Like there's, I think, Sims basically the only ways to really do DRM and make it like work 100% or nearly is to make it connected to a server, and then you cannot play it whatsoever when it's not connected to that server. And then you have like SimCity where the server is shite. And then and then people go and make custom servers for it and crack it anyway. So really there is no DRM that actually works 100%. So it really ends up just inconveniencing those who bought it legitimately.
Next item. EA cancels Command & Conquer.
They need to be shot.
This was a free-to-play Command & Conquer, I believe. It was,
That's right, EA's free-to-play Command & Conquer successor has been cancelled during its closed alpha phase. Post on the developer Victory Games site points to community feedback as the primary reason for this decision. Everyone hated it so much that we cancelled it.
Here's the thing. It's not so much that everyone hated the game. The game was actually really solid. It's just that the microtransactions in that game were rather out of control.
Here's the quote. Part of being in a creative team is the understanding that not all of your choices are going to work out, the official announcement read. In this case, we shifted the game away from campaign mode and built an economy-based multiplayer experience. Your feedback from the alpha trial is clear. We're not making a game you want to play. Cancel it. Next up. Star Citizen reaches 26 million. Star Citizen reaches 26 million in crowdfunding. What is that? 26 million people or dollars?
Dollars.
As a reminder, that's amazing. Jesus Lord.
As a reminder, that is indeed amazing.
Is that like the largest? Is it so? Wait a minute.
To my knowledge, that is like pretty much the largest, like largest crowd-funded internet-based thing.
Wait. I'm looking at this now, and the stretch goals. Current stretch goal is 26 million. The actual progress towards it is 93%. That is a huge goal for them to have actually set. So it's amazing that they've got that.
Have you seen how? If you've been paying attention to like how much they're getting, is just insane. See, they've just been hitting every.
Remind our non-existent listeners what this game is and little about it.
It is half of it is a single player game. That's called Squadron 42, and it's basically a story-driven space sim. And then after that, once you beat that, there's also Space Citizen, which is a completely open-world, player-driven MMO in space with ships. I'm super jazzed about it.
The
So,
exact current amount.
Compare it to something.
Well, the Squadron 42 is a lot like TIE Fighter. If anybody remembers those old games. So space sim. So it's a flight sim in space.
But a hugely detailed one, right?
Oh, yeah.
Would you compare it to EVE Online or no?
Eve is more like Eve is one of those games where you don't really focus on the combat. This game seems a lot more focused on the combat. Eve is more focused on the economy.
Right.
And this one, it's also this is the one where it's got the whole simulation of the way the craft moves using the separate pieces and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
this game is done in CryEngine, if I do believe correctly, and that would be accurate. It's actually kind of funny. They released a trailer a week or two ago. No, it must have been like 2 weeks ago. And you look on news sites, and these news sites were saying, and Star Citizen released a new CG trailer for, like, it was basically an ad. It was basically like an in-game ad to buy like one of their ships. And it's funny because that game was all done in engine. It wasn't even CG. And meanwhile, like, you had these big websites that were actually saying it was CG. It looks that good.
yeah, I've seen some footage. I mean, when they're in the hangar, the scale of that thing is just amazing.
It's huge.
But like with the combat, since you've got separate thrusters and stuff to control your ship in such a unique way.
And then you get like large ships, so you have multiple men crewing your ship.
But
That's
say you're in a big battle and you're just like a small attack drone. You got 4 thrusters, 2 on each side. That's gonna do all your controls. You get a hit on 1 or 2 of those thrusters, your control is instantly affected by that. You are gonna have to go back and repair that, otherwise you're screwed. So damage to your ship as well is very much a real thing, where it's not a case of you can just be hit so many times and then you're dead. No, certain things are actually going to go down. I guess they've got the same with weapons. If your weapons get hit, you probably can't shoot anymore.
Yeah, like they've released a lot for how far in development this game is. Seeing as it's crowdfunded, they have a weekly Q&A live stream that they announce what their teams are doing, how their progress is, and they answer questions. So if you want to know more about Star Citizen, I suggest watching that. It's called Wingman's Hangar. So, and
Also,
they cover a lot in that.
Also, if you want to go help them raise some more money to make this thing, because they definitely need it. They're currently only on 25,935,898.
Yeah, like, come on. Their next stretch goal is 26,000.
Dig deep and give big, people. Come on.
That's what she said. Anyway.
The next item involves the Stanley Parable, so we're going to walk very softly around this one because the Stanley Parable is, I think, pretty much, although we have collectively played it maybe a half an hour, it is what this podcast would highlight. It is a game that this podcast would endorse and highly recommend. Not that it needs our help. It's evidently been a bit of a smash hit on the indie scene. It's there's not a lot of gameplay. It's very much of a it's a little bit like walking. Well, it's impossible to describe. It's a very strange game.
It's a virtual installation, in the words of Total Biscuit.
There's a meta element to it, and it's a point and click kind of thing. There's not a lot of action or gameplay. It's kind of moving through this environment / story.
It's a choice-driven story.
Yes,
Very
and it's going to make you
choice-driven.
think about, and it's going to call into question issues of choice. And with that, that's all we'll say, because we really, it is the kind of thing that we would just point you in the direction and say, au revoir, fellow traveler.
Actually,
Check it out.
If you're having any thoughts, the demo to this game is phenomenal, and it will not spoil anything. They
Yeah,
actually
check out
made
the
a
demo.
dedicated demo